Hi guys, welcome back to the Makeup Hunter. I have so many videos that I want to film, but I am not doing too good at the moment, so I thought I would just do a, chilled out, get ready with me. There's some things that I want to talk about, but I don't know whether I've got the energy in me to talk about everything that I want to talk about tonight. I'm not going anywhere. I'm literally in my pyjamas. I'm in bed. I'm in pain, so I can't do the things that I wanted to, but I do want to film something, so I thought just a nice relaxed putting makeup on and then take it off again would be doable. So if you fancy hanging out with me for a little bit and just watching me put some makeup on and having a little bit of a chit chat, then please do keep watching. If you haven't already, I would massively appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of beauty, makeup related content. I'm currently doing a series where I share my entire makeup collection with you. I do declutters, shop my stashes. I'm also doing some project pans. So if that's the kind of content that you're interested in, then definitely you should subscribe. Give me a like and leave me a comment. I absolutely love chatting to you in the comments section. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so I'm probably not going to talk about the products that I'm using too much. I'm more just going to put them on my face and chat, but everything that I use will be listed in the description box. It is currently 9:20 in the evening, and I haven't worn makeup or got dressed or done my hair for now a week and a half since I came back from my trip to Wales. I don't think that was focused. So unfortunately, since I came back from my trip to Wales, I have been stuck in a really bad pain cycle. On the way back from Wales, we were on the motorway and out of nowhere I was hit by a flare-up, really bad. My mum had to pull up at a service station and get my morphine out the boot. I was really quite poorly on the journey home, and it's just not really got any better since I come home. So this is one of the longest flare-ups I've ever had. I am having sort of, over the last few days, I've had some good moments where it's been manageable. Like at the moment it's manageable, but earlier on this afternoon I went to bed at like midday. I was up at 7 and then back in bed midday, and really feeling pretty shocking, because of like, well, my body's just been through the mill basically. I'm really suffering. I think the main issue is that I let my menopause injection, which is the treatment. So if you're new here, I have severe endometriosis. It's to a point that I am no longer able to work because my endo is so bad. I don't have the worst stage of endometriosis, but stages don't really mean anything when it comes to endometriosis. You can have stage 4 endo and not really have many problems, or you can have stage 1 endometriosis and be in constant agony. I think mine is, it was suspected as being stage 4 because of how many problems that I have and how high my pain levels are, but when they diagnosed me it was at a stage 2, so it may be that it has got worse and it is now a stage 4, but like the last time it was officially checked, which was 2016, it was stage 2. So I have had a laparoscopy to diagnose me, and I also had it burnt off. So the treatments for endometriosis are very experimental, as they don't know a lot about the disease. I have had mine lasered off, so they can laser it or they can excise it, but where mine is, they lasered it, so mine is all over the outside of my womb and it's all on my fallopian tubes. I've also got polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I have some quite large fibroids. I've got fibroids on my fallopian tube and inside my womb. I've got quite a large mass of fibroids inside my womb. They have very slightly shrunk over time, but not by a huge amount. They can't remove the fibroids because of where they are, same as the endometriosis. They would have to remove my one fallopian tube, and because I haven't had children, they don't really want to do anything that could reduce my fertility anymore. Having endometriosis means that my fertility chances are reduced anyway, but they don't want to do anything like permanent. So I've tried many different types of treatment for the condition, from the Marina coil to the contraceptive pill. Obviously I had it lasered off and it grew back after 6 months. That isn't like a permanent solution. It's some, I've known women in the support groups that have had like 10 keyhole surgeries to remove it, like 10 laparoscopies, and it just constantly comes back. So yeah, I'm currently, the treatment I'm on is an injection called Prostap, which I have every 3 months, and it forces my body into the menopause. The theory being, if a woman's body is not having a menstrual cycle, then the endometriosis is sort of more under control and should be less severe, although that theory doesn't work for everybody. I have been having these injections now for quite a while, and they've decided to continue on with them because at the end of last year I was doing really well. I had about a month where I was relatively pain free, like I'm in pain every day, every second, but it's manageable. Like, it's a pain that I've got used to, so I can just manage it. It's more of a discomfort than a pain, and I have that all the time, but like I say, I can manage it. And when I have a flare up is when my pain increases to a point that I can no longer manage. So I can have it from anything where I can pass out. I did have a period where I was fainting very regularly. I could miss screaming the house down. It feels like I'm in labour, and I've had paramedics turn up thinking I was in labour because it's like my body's having contractions. Or it can be I can't stand up, which is how it's been this time. I can't stand, I can't get comfortable in bed. It's like a constant severe period pain that makes me just want to cry. Or, as I was the other night, effing and blinding and punching my bed because I was so frustrated with it. My stomach swells up. They call it endobelly, and that's because of the blood collecting around where the endometriosis is. But because I'm in the menopause, technically I shouldn't be getting that, but I still am, and I'm still getting all the symptoms. So, like I say, very little is known about it. My consultant, who is a gynae specialist, actually said to me, you probably know more about the disease than I do, because all we know is what they tell us in textbooks, which is very minimal. And obviously I am going through it every day. I'm living with it every day. So it is difficult for them to give the help that I need. So that's how I've been of late. I've been in a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, and it has... Oh, I was talking about... Another thing is when I'm bad, I get brain fog, and I struggle to, like, speak properly, like, make much sense. So I'm doing my best. So I was due to have my injection, I think it was at the beginning of January, but I got my dates mixed up and I thought I was due at the end of January. So essentially the treatment lapsed and came out of my system. So I went and had my injection done late, and I think because it came out of my system, it's like I'm having to go through it getting back into my system. So I'm having to, it's like I've got to wait for the treatment to work again. So it's been a month now since I had my injection, and I've had very little respite. Even when I was on holiday, I had 2 flare-ups, which luckily didn't happen until night time. So I was able to, you know, get get the most out of my days. But since I came back, it's just been non-stop, and it's at different times of the day, and I'm having to take morphine a lot more than I would. I absolutely despise taking morphine. I don't know how people get addicted to it. I absolutely hate the stuff. I hate the way it tastes. I hate the way it makes me feel. I hate the side effects after it's sort of finished doing what it's doing. I get a terrible, horrible headache afterwards, and my mum has to force me to take the stuff. So I've had to be taking it a lot more than I would usually. I'm spending a lot of time alone in my bedroom, because when I'm in flare, I'm most comfortable in bed, propped up on pillows. I can't lie flat or on my side when I'm in flare. I have to lie propped up, and I'm not getting a lot of sleep. I'm catching sleep like here and there. Last night was the first time that I slept solid. I went to bed at 7:30 and I woke up at 6 AM, and I had a really good solid night's sleep. And this morning I thought I was coming out of it. I honestly thought that I was. I even put something on Instagram like baby steps out of this flare. I managed to have some breakfast. I sat downstairs with my dad. We were watching TV together. I had a bath, and I was just about to put some makeup on and do my hair, and I started feeling rotten again. And usually that is like an indication that something's coming, and something did come. I did flare when I had got into bed after I'd been in bed for about an hour. So the only thing that helps me when I'm in a flare is being in my bed and having hot water bottles. I have the really long hot water bottles, the long thin ones, and I have 2 of those that I put around my midsection, and they have to be absolutely scalding hot or they're not effective. And I have a hot drink. Hot drinks are really helpful, and more for, I think they relax me than anything else. But I am now covered in scars from burns from the hot water bottles, because they have to be so hot to be affected, especially on my back. If I don't wrap them in a towel, I get blisters on my back, and I've had 2 blisters on my back. One exploded on me, and I've got a big scar down my front from where I had blisters all down my stomach and chest. Yeah, so I'm pretty much scarred for life from surgery and the bloody hot water bottles that are like my best friends. I absolutely love my hot water bottles. I don't go anywhere without them if I'm staying overnight somewhere. So that is how things have been at the moment, and it has unfortunately had a negative impact on my mental health, and also impacting my mental health, and something that I do want to talk about briefly, but I'm not going to talk about it or dwell on it too much, because as I said, it's affecting my mental health. I know it's affecting a lot of other people's mental health, and I want this place, this channel, to be somewhere people can come to just switch off for a bit. And it's the conflict in the Ukraine. It has really, I mean, I am not being directly affected by it, and it's not having a direct impact on my life. I am safe, I have my family with me, I have a roof over my head, I'm not at risk, but it has really affected me mentally because I'm scared, and I'm sad, incredibly sad, that we are living in an age where this is happening again. I mean, wars have happened all over the world, you know, in Syria, Afghanistan, you know, it's not that this isn't a new thing. And I think, I hope this doesn't make me sound bad, but I think for some people, for a lot of people, it's easy almost to forget that this has happened to so many people in so many countries because they're so far away. You know, I know it sounds awful as I'm saying it, but it's like, it's so far away, it's not on your doorstep, so you can almost pretend it's not happening, or the conflict has been raging for so long that people kind of just get used to it or come to expect it. I don't know, but I think because this is in Europe, it kind of feels like it's on the doorstep, and it's also feels very reminiscent of the past. You know, we have a warmonger who has got genocide on his mind, and it's just, it's scary and it's heartbreaking. And I never ever thought that in today's day and age I would be seeing manicurists and hairdressers taking up arms to defend their country, to defend their homes, hearing of children being bombed in sort of a European city out of their homes, and families like in subway stations sleeping like in the Blitz in the Second World War. It's just, honestly, it's so scary, and it's also made me feel bad that I haven't felt the same way about wars in other nations. Like, what does that say about me as a person? Does it say that I don't care about countries outside of Europe? It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it, like I say, it has affected me a little bit mentally. I just send out so much love to the people of the Ukraine, and I just hope that this is over soon. And I know it's very idealistic and probably naive, but I just want everybody to get along and just live in peace. I mean, have we not learned anything from the past, from our ancestors? You know, war, conflict doesn't do anybody any good. It only brings pain and suffering to the whole, not just to individuals. So that is all I'm going to say on the matter for now, because I don't want to make myself sound uneducated or unfeeling or anything like that. It's just what's been on my mind lately and how things have affected me. And I know that I'm definitely not alone. I know that it is affecting a lot of people that are just, you know, watchers on the sidelines and wondering how we've come to this. And there are some great resources on how you can help, press outlets to support that are, you know, they're not using scare tactics or propaganda but are reporting correctly, and donations that you can make to aid in, you know, food, medicines, essential items, and also to refugee organisations. So like I say, that's really all I'm going to say on that, because I don't feel I am knowledgeable enough to have a proper conversation about it, but I just wanted to say what's been on my mind and how I've been feeling about it. I'm sorry the lighting isn't that great. I wasn't really planning on filming, so I haven't got my proper setup. I've just kind of propped my ring light up, so I hope that's a little bit better. So yeah, so things are a bit difficult at the moment for everybody, not just me. And I really hope that I don't sound like woe is me, because I really don't mean to sound like that at all. I'm incredibly lucky. Like I say, I've got a roof over my head, I've got my family with me, and you know, I'm living in peace. But you know, we all have our struggles, we all have our problems, and I hope that I don't sound like that's all I ever talk about, like problems. But my illness is a huge part of my life. Well, it has taken over my life completely. I don't want it to be like that. I don't want to be the disease, but at the moment it's very hard to think of anything else, or just sort of exist peacefully with the disease, because I'm in pain so much. It's like, it's hard to think of anything else and to be positive. You know, I try so hard to think of the positives and to, like I say, count myself lucky and all of that, but lately it's been really hard to feel lucky. I'm incredibly lonely, and I'm not going to cry in this video because I've done enough crying over the last week and a bit, and I don't want it to be that today. But I am very lonely. Over the week and last week and a half, I haven't even been able to sit downstairs with my parents because I'm so uncomfortable, and I'm ashamed that I put so much on my parents, that I'm not able to take care of myself the way I want to. I just feel I feel like a total failure and a total burden on the people who I love the most. And I know they don't see me that way. My mum got quite cross at me the other day because I got upset and was saying, you know, I'm sorry I'm such a burden on you, and I wish I didn't have to put on you both as much as I do. And I know that they love me and they do what they can, but it doesn't make me feel any less guilty for putting on them the way I do. I mean, I should look after them, not the other way around. So there's been a lot going on in the old brain box over the last week or so, and because I have been feeling so much mentally and have been in such a state, I have been shopping for comfort. So as some of you may know, I've been on a low, well, it should have been a no buy, but that hasn't exactly happened. I have made some purchases each month, but this month I went a little bit ham on payday. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's Wednesday today, and I got paid on Friday and I made some purchases, and I'm not proud of myself at all. In fact, I'm quite ashamed of myself for making the purchases that I did. I didn't buy as much as I would have normally, like if I wasn't on this self-imposed low buy, no buy. But I didn't want to buy anything at all, and I ended up buying quite a bit. And I'm very, very happy with all the purchases that I made, and there was logic behind most of the things that I bought. But I'm still ashamed of myself for breaking something that I was so, you know, I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be successful. So I am a little bit ashamed of myself, well, a lot ashamed of myself, but it is what it is. This is where we are. I've bought the things, and my project pans haven't been going too well because I've not been very well. I've not been wearing makeup for the last week and a half, so this is the first time I've been able to do it, and I was so determined to put makeup on today that I'm sitting at nearly 10 o'clock at night putting a full face of makeup on. So I will share some of the things that I've purchased. I have used some of the one of the things that I've purchased in this look so far, but I want to do a completely separate video on it and like a first impressions type of thing. So I've just used one item today, and I'll give you sort of like more of an in-depth look at everything and a talk about what I've got in a video coming soon. So there is so many things planned that I want to film. I want to finish my collection series. I want to do my project pan updates, although there's not a fat lot to update. I still want to do them. I want to be consistent. There's some, I've created my own tag that I created last year. I've got all the questions, I just haven't got round to actually sit in and film in it, but I want to do that. But I have to listen to my body. I don't have the option not to listen to my body with this illness. If it tells me I need to rest, then unfortunately I need to rest. So yeah, it's it's been a case of having to take a bit of a break and not do much of anything, but I'm hopeful that I'll be out of this soon. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm positive that I'm not positive, I'm hopeful that I'm gonna come out of this soon and that I'll be back to my old self for however long that may be. I want to do some filming, I want to go outside. My parents and I have some big plans that I can't talk about yet, but I will talk about when I'm able. But there's so much that I want to do, and I really do feel like I'm missing out, stuck in this bloody room. I've had to put my bedroom decorating back. It was supposed to be started next week, but because I've been so poorly, I've not been able to clear out my room and go and get my wallpaper and things like that. So, which is a real pain in the ass, because I've been waiting for this bedroom to be decorated for so long, and I've been so excited about it. But it is what it is, and there is way more important things going on in the world for me to be whinging about my bedroom being decorated, really, now, is there? So I am one of these people that I feel so guilty moaning and talking about my problems when there's, you know, so much going on in the world. I really do hate to be that person. I just think, oh, for God's sake, shut up. You know, you don't know how lucky you are, but I really do know how lucky I am. I do know that. But I just wanted to be honest and just have a chat and just, you know, tell it as it is, tell you what's been going on in my head and like health wise. So I've just put on my setting spray, but I wanted to use this finishing powder, so I am still going to use it. Let's try this brush. I'm so sorry this isn't the best quality and the best lighting. As I said, I really wasn't gonna be filming anything today, so it's kind of a makeshift temporary situation. Oh, I like that. That worked out quite well. So I hope everybody is doing okay. If there's anything that you want to talk about, then please do sound off in the comments. As I say, this is a safe space for you to come and just forget about things for a little while. I hope that I haven't upset anybody or, you know, come across as selfish or ungrateful or anything like that. That really wasn't my intention at all. I just wanted to have a chat. So I've always wanted to be very honest with you guys, and you know, I've made some great friends through this, and this is how I communicate with those friends, through my videos and in the comment section and things like that. And yeah, I just wanted to have a little chat. I was really like umming and ahhing about whether I should talk about what's going on in the Ukraine, but I also felt I couldn't come on here and not mention it. Like, I thought that would be weird. But I'm also know that I am nowhere near educated enough to talk about it properly, or to be able to express my feelings about it properly. So you've just had like the verbal diarrhea basically about what's going on in my brain box. So that is everything that I'm going to be doing for this look. I've just thrown on some lip gloss. I'm not even doing my hair. It is clean. I washed it this morning. But yeah, that's everything that I'm going to be talking about today. That's everything that I'm going to do for my face. I'll just bring you in a little bit. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see because the lighting's so shocking today. But oh, that's not too bad of a look. I've just done a really simple neutral look with a nice shimmer on the lid and in a corner, and just use mostly my Project Pan items. So yeah, that's everything that I wanted to chat about today. Please be nice in the comments. Like I say, I really hope I don't sound bad or uneducated or anything like that. I just wanted to have a chat with you guys today, and I promise that the next video will be a lot more positive and will be just about makeup. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate everybody. I'm sending out so much love to anybody who needs it today. Let's not be like Putin. Let's love each other and be kind to each other always. You truly do not know what anybody is going through. As I've said before, you could be meeting somebody on the absolute worst day of their lives, so try and be kind always. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a like and a comment, and take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself, not just to others. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.